Virgo, happy birthday season. Welcome here, guys. We're about to do the weekly tarot reading from September 12th. Yeah, I really hope you have an amazing birthday season, Virgo. Reap every single bit of the joy out of it. Also, if you're new here, I would love if you would hit that subscribe button and become part of this YouTube tribe. And if today's reading resonates, hit that like button and leave a comment down below. The more energy we exchange, Virgo, on this channel, the more the readings will start to connect with you. Also, I have an Instagram page, Scottish Gypsy Tarot. There's a link in the description box. A few of you have actually phoned me there. A couple of you were asking me where I got my sweet candle from. It's gorgeous. It's actually my auntie does all her own. She has a candle business called Surfcoastcandles in Victoria, in Australia, and I'm not sure if she ships overseas, but I've left a link in the description box to her website. You can go and check them out and see, but she's got gorgeous candles. All right, enough of that. Let's get into the message. All right, we're going to check out bottom of the deck, Virgo. Let's see from the pre-shuffle. Ooh, we have the Seven of Cups. All right, so some of you, okay, I'm going to say might have a lot going on next week, okay? So maybe a number of you are considering which is the best option for you. You will know your story, but this card does talk about having options, but it also can talk about confusion as well. And, you know, I feel like there's a need to take control. So the Emperor's under that, Aries energy, and it, you know, I really do think there could be some situation next week where you have to assert some control and make a decision or a choice. Okay, that's just for some of you. All right, let's start with a mystical wisdom deck, Virgo. Bottom of the deck. Yeah, okay, resilience, rise above tribulations. When this card shows, then there might be something challenging that you're dealing with, okay, Virgo, because Spirit is here to say that no matter how hard things get, that you can rise above it, all right, and always seek for the positive in any situation, no matter how challenging, okay. Let's get one more. Owl. Sorry, you know I say that word funny. Follow your intuition, okay? So whatever this, you know, I feel for some of you, whatever this choice is that you have to make, it might be creating a bit of confusion at the moment. Spirit is saying to trust your intuition. And yeah, if things are quite challenging for you next week as well, then you can rise above it, all right? Let's do some Moonology. Bottom of the deck. It's a bit of a theme coming out, I feel. Adjustments are required, third quarter moon. What this is really saying is that you need to change course on something, okay? So there could be some situation that you're dealing with and it's time to replan and change course. There's some sort of adjustment that's required. So you'll know how that relates to you, okay? Let's get one more. One more for Virgo. You're very close to achieving your goal. Now, what often happens when we're striving for something, okay, and you know, and we are close to achieving it, that's when sometimes things can get in the way, right? And then it can feel like, oh God, I'm not going to get there, right? You know, we start to face different obstacles or challenges, and what it's really saying is like, don't give up. So even if you're at the hairy end of something and you know it is feeling like a real tribulation, then you need to rise above it because you're almost there. You may need to make some adjustments. You may need to tweak your approach, your plan, Virgo. And you're all about plans, right? You are meticulous, okay? But I feel like this is a time where, and you're very structured too, that there's something that you need to shift in the way that you're going about something, okay? Now, you will know if this is related to work, a relationship, you will know your story, okay? All right, let's get into some tarot. We'll see. And sometimes when I'm doing the tarot, the message really connects with the oracles as well. Spirit guides, this is a reading for the sign of Virgo, week commencing September 12th. Can I start with the first three cards, please, for the collective sign of Virgo? Let's see, Virgo. One more. Okay, we have Scorpionic energy on the bottom. We have the Death card. So I do feel like you're going through a lot of uncertainty, maybe, and change. There could be a lot. And the reason I say that is, well, actually, your leading card out, interestingly, is the Sun, which is Leo energy, right? It's a very optimistic, positive energy. But then we've got this Tarot card, right? Interestingly. And if you watch tarot, you know this is major arcana, and so is the Sun, by the way. And what this is really saying is that yeah, the adjustments are going to be required, right? Because I feel like this is about when the foundations of something are not solid and therefore it falls apart, okay? You know, it can represent all different things, tarots, and they're not always negative, right? Yes, it can be things like a relationship ending, because we do have the Death card, okay? So something could come to an end, a job, a relationship, a friendship, something, okay? But I feel that this is a positive tower because we've got the Sun as your leading energy, okay? And then we've got, which is beautiful, straight after the Tower, which is what this card's all about, Three of Pentacles. It's about, well, that foundation wasn't strong anyway, so it's time to rebuild it. You know, it is about rebuilding a solid foundation. Okay, so I do feel adjustments are required. There is, and you know, this could be saying that if you don't make some adjustments, okay, then there's the potential for a Tower moment, all right? So this can also indicate like a bit of a gentle warning from Spirit that there might be something that you need to look at more closely and make adjustments, right? Okay, let's see. 3 more cards. Next 3 cards, please, for Virgo. Okay, let's go. All right, so some of you may walk away from someone or something because we have got the 8 of Cups, all right? And that talks about moving away from what was no longer emotionally fulfilling onto something that's more emotionally fulfilling, okay? Which is the 9 of Cups. And yeah, something had become a burden because underneath that we have the 10 of Wands. And this could be a job. Like, you know, you could be in a job where it's too hard. Like, it's just, you know, the burden's too heavy and it's time, and it's not making you happy anymore because the cups represent our emotions and our feelings, okay? So yeah, I do feel for many of you, you could be making the decision. And when we saw that 7 of Cups on the pre-shuffle, perhaps you're considering your options, okay, about whether or not you do walk away from something. Thank you, ladies, just lined up. 5 of Swords, we have the Hanging Man and the Death card again, which was on the bottom of the deck before, so it's come out in the main spread now. And you've got the Hanging Man in the center of your reading. So I feel like I'm speaking to some Virgos out there who are taking a time out at the moment to contemplate their options, because we did see that from the pre-shuffle. And I do feel like there is some energy around you. 5 of Swords, it can represent actual conflict with people or a person, right? Or it can also represent, you know, conflict. So because we've got the Hanging Man, perhaps you're really conflicted about whether or not to bring something to an end, okay? But yeah, I feel that that's why we saw the 7 of Cups and the Hanging Man, right? And look, this would definitely relate to rise above tribulations. This energy can sometimes be when there are people around us who are stabbing us in the back or not doing the right thing by us. You know, it can be not a great energy, I'm going to say. And I feel like maybe you are going through some conflict at this time, and Spirit's saying next week that you'll need to rise above the tribulations, all right? But, you know, with this Death card and 8 of Cups on the bottom of the deck, Virgo, I'm going to say that many of you are going to think about walking away from something that's just become too much of a burden. There's too much conflict. Like I say, it could be a relationship, All right, let's see. Okay, last 3 cards for Virgo. But yeah, as it said, trust your intuition with whatever the choice is and what decision you need to make. 3 more for Virgo. Thank you. Ooh, sexy. We have the Empress on the bottom of the deck. That's you, Virgo. That's you. Glow up. Now, even if you know, even if you're a male out there, perhaps you could be dealing with an Empress, right? So but it is the card of Virgo and Venus and Taurus. It could also be a Taurus, but I feel this is just you and this energy, and it's like I mean, the Empress is the Queen's all-in-one, right? She's like the divine feminine energy, and she's very creative and very nurturing. It's a very abundant energy, but it is all about creation, okay? Okay, so then we have the Wheel of Fortune, the Knight of Wands, and then we have the Fool. And yeah, that's interesting, Virgo, that it's your last card, right? Because the Fool is like 0 in the deck. So it's like when you're starting all over, it's like that new beginning energy, okay? So perhaps, and Destiny's here, right? So Wheel of Fortune is, and we've got the Tower, right? So this is when the universe takes action, right? But it's always for our best interests, all right? But I do feel like, you know, some of you could also be dealing with a Knight of Wands next week, right? You will know your story. That could be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And this is Aries energy with the Fool. So, you know, some of you could be dealing with that sign, but, you know, this card is, you know, is all about divine timing, but I feel like you're moving towards something with passion and enthusiasm, and you're literally just taking a leap of faith, you know, like towards something new. And it could be towards this Empress, so take it how it resonates, or it could just be you, you know, taking a leap of faith. But yeah, there is a little bit of fear here, because underneath that we do have the 8 of Swords and the 9 of Swords. So that's sleepless nights, overthinking, stuck in your head. And we, like, as I say, we saw that 7 of Cups at the beginning. I feel many of you are in this position of trying to figure out which option to take, which way to go, which direction to head in. But I do feel towards the end of the week that something shifts in destiny, right? And then you move towards something very, very fast and passionately and take a leap of faith. But I do feel, you know, together this can be a little reckless. It's like, I'm going for it, woo! And maybe not thinking it through. But I feel like you have thought it through, which is why we have the Hanging Man here. But yeah, so it's an interesting read, Virgo. I would love to do a bit of deep diving in it, but I feel like either way, you're coming out as the Empress, right? Which is real glow up energy. So even though we've got a Tower here, it does feel like it's for your best interest. It's destiny working in your favor. Sometimes the universe, if we're not moving and not taking action, they'll give us a nudge, right? And it can be a bit of a shock. But yeah, I do feel in some situations next week, some sort of adjustments will be required, because maybe there is some change in your circumstances, right, that you just didn't plan for, because Virgo loves to plan, and maybe you didn't plan for this, and then woof, things change, okay? Maybe something comes to an end. And you need to, you know, adapt and adjust to it, okay? So that is what I have for you, Virgo. If that reading resonated, hit the like button and leave a comment down below. Love and light. Bye.